Pixar movies whose ending you misunderstood, part 17. You watched Inside Out 2 and said that anxiety was the villain? Congratulations, you misunderstood the film. Okay, strictly from a narrative perspective, anxiety could be considered the antagonist, but it's her intentions that keep her from being a villain. Anxiety is not intentionally hurting Riley or any of the other emotions. She sees Riley's positive sense of self and the five main emotions as threats, getting in the way of implementing what in her mind is what Riley needs, which is why she so quickly does away with them. It's not that anxiety wants the others gone forever. She even says that she's a fan of Joy. Instead, it was that she was ignoring any other factors in order to do her job, similar to the first film where Joy was ignoring any other factors to do her job. Joy is desperate to restore Riley's sense of self because it is built off of her emotionally complex core memories, so replacing those complex memories with only anxious ones is what causes Riley to have a panic attack. However, even when anxiety surrenders control and they reinstate Riley's old sense of self, she still doesn't calm down because simply reverting to her past is not what's going to help her in the moment. It's only when Joy and the other emotions accept Riley's new complex identity rather than try to replace it that Riley is able to calm down. We already know that each emotion is important and plays a unique role. Joy learned that in the first film. The message here is that while some emotions are complex and overwhelming, accepting them rather than suppressing them is how we grow. Now, mind you, we need to exhibit some control over our emotions, but it's finding that balance and acceptance of each emotion's role that is key. The important part, though, is that it's not just Riley who needs to accept this, it's the emotions themselves as they grow and adapt. The conclusion shows that it's still an ongoing process for everyone. Riley's new sense of self is still developing, as is the case for all teenagers. And this film does not shy away with how painful that can be. Anxiety's role in the film is not just another emotion to learn to deal with, she also represents a shift from childhood simplicity to adolescent complexity. Anxiety isn't as clear-cut as the main emotions. She's abrasive, analytical, intense, and that's why the others have a hard time figuring out how to deal with her at first. And that's what every teenager has to deal with as they are developing these new complex emotions. And it's a good lesson for adults too. We often think that maturity means that all of our emotions and feelings are solid and we have precise control over how we feel. While we might think that that emotional stability is attainable, that is a fantasy. But every now and then we have to stop and realize how complex our sense of self is and accept how our emotional reactions to the world around us is still shaping who we are.